The Borobudur Temple was named as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1991. The structure measures 123 by 123 square meters, adorned with 2,672 panels of relief and 504 Buddhist statues. It is the largest Buddhist temple in Indonesia and is counted among the 7 wonders of the world. Additionally, the temple is going to host this year's Vesak celebrations. The Indonesian Tourism and Aviation Company, or InJourney, is now set to hold a festival where 2,568 lanterns will be released to mark the peak of Vesak celebrations. The event will take place at the Borobudur Temple in Magelang, Central Java on May the 23rd. This year's Vesak celebration differs from last year as it is set to emphasize sacredness, solemnity, and the satisfaction of praying together. More than 40,000 visitors are estimated to visit the Borobudur Temple this year.
All right, so InJourney, which is a state-owned holding in the aviation and tourism sectors, is collaborating with InJourney Destination Management, or PT Taman Wisata Candi Borobudur, Prambanan, and Ratu Boko in offering excellent service during the 2568 BE Vesak commemoration at the Borobudur Temple in Magelang, Central Java.
Yes, celebrations will start on May 18th and conclude on the 24th, involving thousands of Buddhists from across the country and the world. The 2568 BE Vesak holidays promote themes of awareness, harmony, and happiness.
That's right, and to talk more about the matter, let's welcome InJourney Marketing Director Maya Watono. Bu Maya, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm well, thank you.
So thank you so much for coming to our studio.
Thank you for having me here.
So before we jump into the matter of Borobudur celebration and Vesak celebration in particular, what is actually InJourney? Because this is a new state-owned enterprise in Indonesia.
Yes.
And I just knew that it also covers not only aviation but also tourism. Can you explain us more about what is InJourney before we go into Borobudur?
Yes, so InJourney Group, we are a holding of state-owned enterprise for tourism sector and aviation. So we're actually a multi-sector holding, strategic holding that was created in actually early 2022 by Pak Erick Thohir and Pak Jokowi at the time, who inaugurated in Mandalika. Okay. So under InJourney, we have 6 clusters. So we have airports under us. So we manage 36 airports all around Indonesia. We have aviation service that we launched end of last year to take care of all of aviation service in Indonesia. We have InJourney Destination Management, who manages all the heritage assets in Indonesia, such as Temple Borobudur, Prambanan, the newly revitalized TMII also in Jakarta. We have InJourney Tourism Development Corporation, ITDC, who manages all the priority destinations from government. So we manage Mandalika, we manage Nusa Dua, we manage Labuan Bajo also.
This is a huge group.
It's huge.
Oh my God.
It's actually with all the consolidation will be the largest in Asia. And then we have InJourney Hospitality and also InJourney Retail. InJourney Retail, we have Sarinah and all the retail arms in Indonesia. So it's, as you can imagine, it's an integrated ecosystem of tourism and aviation in Indonesia. And within this year, also airlines will come into under our ecosystem. So then it will become, like I mentioned, it will become the largest in Asia and actually not comparable to any other proposition in Asia. So it will be unique to Indonesia that we will have this multi-sector holding of tourism and aviation.
No kidding.
Okay, this is a big thing.
This is something that we really have to take notes.
Yeah.
I don't know if this one segment is going to be enough for that.
But let's now jump into what we're about to discuss at this segment, which is about Borobudur and Vesak Day celebration, shall we? So what preparations have been made at the Borobudur Temple welcoming the 2568 BE Vesak holidays? I know Vesak celebration has always been, big success and always been big. Many locals and international tourists flocking into Borobudur, but what kind of preparations have you done so far?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, we have 6 clusters under InJourney, and one of our member organization is InJourney Destination Management, who manages all the heritage assets. One of them is the Borobudur Temple, which is the largest temple in the world for Buddhists. So this year we will reposition Borobudur to become a spiritual pilgrim tourism.
Spiritual
pilgrim tourism for Buddhists. So it will become Buddhist epicentrum for the world. As
So it's
the
like
largest-
the Mecca for Buddhists.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So that's how we would like to position Borobudur in the future, to be a spiritual pilgrim tourism for Buddhists all over the world. So we know for Buddhists in Asia, we have 43% of Buddhists and Buddhist sympathisants in Asia, which covers about 300 million people in Asia. So with this new repositioning, it will bring in international tourists, Buddhist tourists as well as Buddhist sympathisant, spiritual pilgrim into Borobudur, at least 1 to 2 million a year coming into Borobudur. And of course, we will also do rezoning for Borobudur so that the quality of the tourism also increase. So we don't want not just volume of people that we are after, but also the quality of tourism that comes to Borobudur.
Right.
Oh, that's really, really cool. Now, we know that Vesak is, we're going to have a lot of Buddhists coming into Borobudur for celebration there. And now we want to know if this is going to translate into potential and opportunity as Indonesia and Borobudur, to be exact now, to be one of the prime tourist destinations.
Yes, that's exactly our intention. So we have this is a sacred temple, and it's actually the largest temple in the world, and we would like to showcase that to the world. And we work with so many different stakeholders. So we have state-owned enterprise, we have Kementerian Agama, so many stakeholders involved, Kemendikbud, because this is a temple that is our heritage and very well protected. And it's also a UNESCO site. So we would like to make sure, as you mentioned, it become a prime destination of the world, a prime premium quality destination of the world. So in order to go there, this is sort of using Vesak as a momentum, as a catalyst to reposition the Borobudur into a temple that will be loved all over the world.
Right. It's really interesting when you mention about catalyst. This is the word that I really like because, believe it or not, Bu and Ranga, last weekend I visited Borobudur. I did the road trip, 7 hours of driving from Jakarta to Borobudur.
Oh, wow.
And I stayed there for 3 nights, and get back to Jakarta for another 7 hours. And I can see that Borobudur is literally a catalyst for economic growth around the area, both in terms of socio-economic, in terms of infrastructure, and other domino effects, right, from this catalyst, which is called Borobudur. So this begs me a question to ask you: what kind of activities that will empower more, revitalize more Borobudur in this year's Vesak celebration, and is it open for tourists like myself and Ranga to come?
Oh, for sure. So it's a very, very interesting question because exactly that. I think the purpose, one of our KPI as the holding of tourism sector and aviation, is to bring about destination development, bring about destination awareness, as well as catalyst for economic impact. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we're hoping from tourism, right? It's economic impact to the area as well as to the nation, in terms of nation branding, in terms of economic impact to the nation as well. So what we're hoping to achieve eventually is economic impact that can be measured, but it is an effort that is sustainable, it takes a long term, it takes years of sort of sustainable effort to get there, at least in 3 to 5 years in order to reach that milestone. So what we're doing, as we've done in Mandalika, for instance, we can measure the economic impact that we've created in Mandalika. It's about 4.5 trillion. For Mandalika. For Toba, all the events and development that we've done, about 1.7 trillion economic impact to the area. So for Borobudur, we will also start measuring the economic impact that we will derive from this repositioning. So we will do, in terms of the Borobudur, we will do rezoning. We will make sure that everything is nicely zoned and build a master plan for the future, but also taking care of the different stakeholders. Of course, the SMEs all over Borobudur, that's definitely will receive economic impact from this event, but also the future repositioning of Borobudur.
Infrastructure-wise, it's excellent.
Yes.
The roads, the hotels, villas are excellent.
Right. Yeah, I haven't been there for a while, but I think now I have a very.
You should go for Vesak. Yeah.
A week and a half left for me to actually plan and go.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So your kids won't be bored and asking, "Daddy, I'm bored."
not going to shoot me in the head now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're talking about economic impact, Rory, you're talking about catalysts, and then of course you want to see things happening this year, especially coming up a week and a half from now. Now, what can you tell us the difference? Because I know you have a lot on your plate, but I'm sure you already have plans too to make sure that this year is going to have a big, huge impact comparing maybe to last year moving forward.
Yes. So because of our future intention to reposition Borobudur as a spiritual pilgrim tourism for a Buddhist epicentrum, we would like this year's Vesak to be sacred, to be, it's sort of a mass prayer for world peace that will be done in Borobudur. So it's never been done before. There will be 8,000 Buddhists praying in the same time. 8:52 is the seconds of Vesak, and it will be mass praying all over Borobudur. It's going to be very beautiful. It's going to be sunset and then dark, and everyone will be praying solemnly. And we are inviting everyone all over Indonesia and all over the world. In fact, we've got already received some interest from Thailand, from China, from Japan to come and view. And we're inviting everyone to participate as well as view. We have the lanterns, the release of the lanterns, 2,568 lanterns as the year of Vesak. That's booked, of course, for Buddhists, but everyone else, everyone in Indonesia are very much welcome to attend, to see, to watch, to participate, to pray. So it will be, I think, very different in a sense that it will be mass, but we are hoping that it also will be sacred. And it will be viewed for.
I think. I mean, I can imagine 2,568 lanterns going up. Right? I mean,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, the concept itself is very clear, right? To be the Mecca for Buddhists all around the world, and it is located in Magelang, Central Java, in Indonesia, right?
Yeah.
But tourism is also linked to 5 A's, if I may speak.
Yes.
Which are accessibility, accommodation, attraction, activities, and amenities. And we are expecting people to flock even more, people coming into Borobudur area. So in light of this, has the government and InJourney in particular prepared the temple's 5 A's to accommodate visitors?
Yeah, actually, we are fortunate that, as you saw in the road trip last weekend,
in terms of amenities, in terms of accessibility, it's great.
It's actually.
And we were having the toll road, right?
Yes, exactly, with the toll road. So in terms of all the A's, the 5 A's, it's actually one of the destinations that we're blessed that it's one of our lowest hanging fruit in that sense.
Okay.
If we look at our other destinations, like for instance Toba, Mandalika, and Likupang, there's still issues that we need to solve in terms of accessibility, in terms of hotels, lack of accommodations. But in Borobudur area, Jogja, even if you go through with the toll road, the Jogja, Solo, Semarang, all over Central Java, it's actually very accessible, a lot of accommodation, so no issue there. And as far as I know, the occupancy rate for hotels now has kind of reached its peak for Vesak. So so it's a good thing, and we encourage more people obviously to come. Yeah.
Okay. So you're mentioning about 8,000 Buddhists. Is that right?
Yes.
Sound about right? Now, what is your number that you have now? You and your team have in your mind of tourists, the number of tourists going in, people that are not really directly involved in the celebration. Do you have a number there? I'm sure.
So for 4 days, we are expecting between 40,000 to 50,000 people because it's fortunately also it's a long weekend.
Yeah.
It's Thursday, Vesak is on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So because fortunately it's a long weekend, we are hopefully able to gain 40,000 to 50,000 tourists along the 4 weekends. And of course with that, deriving the economic impact from the 40,000, 50,000 tourists that will come, hopefully that will be very impactful for the Central Java.
Right, so that international tourists will not only know about Bali, but also other parts of Indonesia, right?
Yes, that is our intention, to develop more destinations in Indonesia.
The new Bali, right? So how can tourists actually visit and join the event?
So you can join just as you would to enter the Borobudur Park. So you can go to www.borobudurpark.com or the Instagram as well. Get a ticket to enter the park just as you normally would. And of course, the lanterns we can't buy the lanterns anymore, because that's finished, but you can view everything. You can view the procession all day on the 23rd.
Right. So regarding the ticket, though, this is still about tourists coming to Borobudur. So if we want to check how much it costs to enter the Borobudur compound, where should we go in?
So it's www.borobudurpark.com.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the ticket for international tourists as well as domestic tourists is listed there. And you can enter, it's for all day, for full day. And actually the whole day there are, the Vesak, Detik-Detik Vesak is at 8:52 p.m. However, all day we have prayers and we have kirap, which is the walk from Candi Mendut to Candi Borobudur, which is absolutely beautiful. And this year we will have again 40 Bhikkhu Tudong from Thailand who will be walking to Borobudur as last year. Yeah, just like last year, but this time all the way to Muara Jambi. So they will walk after Borobudur to Muara Jambi.
All right. So we can check borobudurpark.com. Okay. So from what I learned, though, the ticket to Borobudur currently is 50,000 for adults and $25 for international tourists. Is there any price increase during the?
No, there's no price increase. It will be as it is. There will be some bundlings available, like bundlings with hotels, bundlings with accommodation. But to enter the park, it will be as the same.
Now, is there a maximum limit of visitors on a daily basis during this period of 4 days, or no? It's all in one go.
Yeah. So actually, the Borobudur Park is an 80-hectare land.
Okay.
So it's huge. Right. So actually, it can contain quite a number of people. Right. But the prayer itself is located in several locations. So one is in Kenari, which is above. On the zone 1 of Borobudur, and one is in actually the Marga Utama, the main lane of Borobudur, looking at Borobudur. So it's going to be absolutely beautiful. The lantern will be released in the main lane overlooking Borobudur, and people can view from the side.
Wow.
Of the main lane. Yeah.
So what we're seeing here, maybe if you can give me a mental picture, where is everybody going to be around this area?
So there is actually a main lane going down here. Yeah.
Okay.
So it will be all the way down is where we'll release the lantern and people can view from the side.
From here.
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
So Ranga, if you don't book your ticket now, you will be standing here.
Yeah, that's right, on the tree,
right?
on top of the tree.
Don't you wish to be standing here if you don't book the ticket?
Which you will get a good view too, but maybe the lantern will get stuck there.
Right, okay, so I'm very optimistic regarding our Borobudur and Prambanan progress because nowadays there are more, classical music events, there are more, traditional dance events in both Borobudur and also Prambanan.
Yeah.
It's fully utilized and it's fully used and be proud of by Indonesian people, right? But what are your hopes for Borobudur in particular for the future?
Our hopes for Borobudur is to, obviously, for the world to see, one of our beautiful wonders. And I think to get there, the government has done, our intention to reposition, I think is very, very crucial in order to get there. So with this, we will hopefully bring in, at least 2 extra million tourists into Indonesia to view Borobudur, but also the awareness of Borobudur, of Central Java, of our beautiful culture, beautiful heritage, beautiful nation, which will cascade up to our nation branding as Indonesia. Right. So like you said, I think not just Bali, but we have other destinations that
it's about time, I think.
International tourists will visit. Right. And hence the economic impact for each of these destinations will go up because tourism sector is actually a very important backbone of economic growth. So hopefully with that, we can achieve more economic impact in Borobudur and surroundings.
Amen for that. InJourney Marketing Director, Ibu Maya Watono, thank you so much.
Thank you,
Maya.
Thank you so much for the insight. I'm very excited to visit Borobudur yet again.
A week and a half.
That's right. All right, so we're going for a quick break for this hour, but when we come back, we'll again have the latest from Southeast Asia and around the globe.
And later, of course, during the hour, I'm still going to bring you the latest from the world of business. So keep it right here on the 3 Hour News Show on See Today.